So going into the 2024 season after that dumpster fire of 2023, when again, really Bryce Young wasn't performing at his best, where you had Frank Reich as your head coach, and then, you fire him, you bring in a new GM, and then after that, you really do not finish well in 2023. You go to 2024, you hire Dan Morgan as your new GM, and then your new head coach is Dave Canales, who was a former offensive coordinator to the Buccaneers. He did fantastic work with Baker Mayfield in 2023. Really kind of elevated Baker Mayfield and got the best out of Baker Mayfield. So you bring him in from the Buccaneers, and then for some weird reason you decide to drop Bryce Young so you can win some meaningless games. I just don't understand the logic here. Like, again, you drafted a young quarterback in 2023, and you didn't have the weapons around him to help him develop in his rookie year. So again, second year, see what you have. You give him a pass his first year, he's still learning the league. Second year, you drop him for a couple of games that really didn't matter, so that he'll win some meaningless games and ultimately fuck up your draft pick. How is that going to help your young quarterback? Well, let's put the Red Rocket as a starting QB for a few games that we're not going to fucking give a fuck about. Like, you lost in the Germany game. Like, you had a game in Germany this year and you lost. Like, great. Andy Dalton was playing for that game. But again, if you were one of the top picks, like you had a top 4 pick, you could get some weapons around Bryce Young. If you had like a 4th round pick, like the 4th overall pick in the 1st round, like you could be where the Patriots are now, currently standing without any trades, and you could be 4th overall and for 1st and 4th overall, and you could get, and then now it's year 3 now with Bryce Young. You really need to get some weapons. You could have used a couple of 1st round early picks and got yourself like a wide receiver or an offensive lineman. Like, you could have really gone and got those additions what you needed to protect Bryce Young and help him develop for year 3. But again, you wanted to win meaningless games. You finished the season 5-12 in the NFC South, and that's what it was. Again, this is what really frustrates me with these NFL head coaches and GMs. It's like, if you're gonna go all in on something, like if you're gonna tank and get a number 1 and 2 place, or if you're gonna get yourself a top 5 pick in the draft, at least be with the assignment. But they had Miles Sanders and Adam Thielen and Chuba Hubbard, who practiced even again. They started 2-1 in the season, not a really bad start, 2-1 start. Bryce Young had 2,403 passing yards. Chuba Hubbard had over 1,000 rushing yards. Adam Thielen had 615 receiving yards. Again, that's the problem, is that they need to find more weapons. Absolutely need weapons. They need a wide receiver, a tight end, a running back. They're kind of the 3 things. Absolutely, they needed a tight end, running back, and wide receiver to help Bryce Young. They have $23 million in cap space, so again, you've not got much cap space. You have to be kind of smart with who you kind of bring in. Again, I'm looking at this roster like Hubbard, move him on. I mean, he was part of the old regime in Carolina, move him on. Adam Thielen, he's a decent level weapon, but he's not going to be the guy that's going to be helping you guys, win championships or help Bryce Young anymore. Because again, he only had like 615 receiving yards, so Adam Thielen can move on. Same with Chuba Hubbard. And then you're looking at that defense side of the ball. You need an edge and a quarterback and a safety. They're kind of the 3 additions that you need. Points forward, it was 23rd out of 32. So they had the 23rd best offense in the league. Points against, it was but last in defense, especially defense. You don't have to go super hardcore in the defense, because again, it's all offense now in the league. But again, you need to really just tighten up on that defensive bit. But offense has to be the key thing here. Just 27th on, yeah, just to 27. He was ranked 27th in offense this year, so that has to be a lot better. Passing yards, he was 30th out of 32. Again, that comes down to Bryce Young. I still think he's a bit overrated. I still think out of that 2023 draft class, it's the only guy that's really performing, has done anything with CJ Stroud. He was the best out of that 2023 quarterback class. Stetson Bennett was too old. Hendon Hooker was too, again, I know some of them, because of the COVID and the pandemic, they stayed a bit longer in college, but again, Stetson Bennett never played a game. Hendon Hooker's had a couple of cameos for us when he's played for the Lions. Will Levis hasn't turned out, he's been a bust. The only guy that's been a success so far has been CJ Stroud. He got his team to a championship game in 2023, had over 4,000 yards in his rookie year, and had a drop-off season this year, 2024, but again, I think hopefully next year he'll progress. But look at Bryce Young here, like he's passing, he's 30 out of 32 for passing. It's not good. Again, he's 5'10". That was my biggest concern when he was in college. Like, he's too small, man. He's too fucking small. For anybody to really take him seriously or shit like that, it's just, especially at this level, he's just been getting eaten up, and they haven't protected him well, especially on that offensive line. That definitely needs to be addressed as well. The offensive line has to be addressed, but the weapons around him haven't been good. Adam Thielen, he was in his early 30s, just absolutely not. And then you look at NFC South, again, it's a really bad division. You've got the Saints in there, you've got the Buccaneers, you've got the fucking Falcons in there. It's just really a scrub kind of, it's a scrub division that anybody could win. Now again, with the weapons around Bryce Young, you could maybe be a team that could be an 8-9 team and become second in the division. Maybe get a wild card round. But it is what it is. I just think Bryce Young maybe is a guy, and I think 2026 you have to start looking at a quarterback. Either you find somebody in 2026 draft and you tank this year instead of going, I'm going to win meaningless games, or you go and you find yourself a quarterback for end of free agency. Maybe you go for an Aaron Rodgers, maybe you go for like a Sam Darnold for a year, or you go for whoever, I don't know, but it's now or never to see if fucking Bryce Young's the guy or not. And if he's not the guy, 2026, move him on, because you don't want to pay him a shit ton of money and he's not the guy.